Busy times under the Golden Arches. The exiting CEO, Stephen Easterbrook, will leave with a 6-month severance. That payout is attached to how well the stock performs. Also out the door, McDonald's Chief People Officer, David Fairhurst. Other recent departures include the Global Marketing Officer and Chief Communications Officer. Joining us now is Joe Cahill, Crain Chicago Business, with us for more on the Easterbrook exit. Thanks for coming on the show, Joe.
Great to be here, Angela.
How much of a shock was this move?
Nobody saw this one coming. McDonald's announced that they were firing their CEO, Steve Easterbrook, because he violated company policies against relationships with subordinates, apparently. They said he had a consensual relationship that violated company policies, so he is out.
Wasn't Easterbrook revered, though, at the company and on Wall Street?
He got a lot of credit for turning McDonald's around. He came in at a time when their sales had been declining for a few years, and he implemented some initiatives that turned the sales trajectory around, most memorably making breakfast all day long, which is something that McDonald's customers had wanted for generations and the company had always refused to do, but Easterbrook made it happen. Another thing that he did after that was invest heavily and require franchisees to invest heavily in new technologies and restaurant renovations. The idea behind all of this is to stem a steady decline in store traffic. Despite the rise in sales under Easterbrook, McDonald's continued to see customer visits decline, and that's a big problem for any retailer because basically they were driving sales up with price increases and selling more stuff to the same people, and those kinds of approaches only work for so long. If your store traffic keeps declining, eventually your sales will decline. McDonald's is heading into a crucial test of those initiatives that Easterbrook put in place. They'll pretty much all be done next year, so 2020 is really going to tell the story about whether his investments and his strategy are going to be able to turn around that decline in store traffic.
How tough is it for a CEO to get fired?
Well, it depends on the circumstances, really. I mean, we're looking at a couple of other CEOs here in the Chicago area that are on thin ice. You have Crain at Exelon, whose company is apparently under investigation for its lobbying activities. A number of subpoenas have been issued to the company seeking information on their dealings with Illinois state lawmakers. Two very high-ranking executives, including one direct report to Crain, abruptly resigned after the subpoenas came to light. So Crain's job probably depends on whether or not the company is ultimately charged with wrongdoing in these investigations. Then we have Dennis Muhlenberg at Boeing, who's struggling to deal with the fallout over the 737 MAX crashes. Boeing has come under pretty heavy criticism, not only for the decision making that went into the technology that was blamed for these crashes, but also for its responses to the disasters and the way they've been dealing with investigators and regulators. And he was hauled up before Congress last week for quite a serious grilling. People are very intently focused on whether the company put safety considerations behind its financial interest in pumping out those planes as quickly as possible. There's been some evidence come to light that people working at Boeing felt very heavy pressure to meet those deadlines and that they could have played a role in some decisions they made that ultimately led to this technology.
Thank you, Joe, for your reporting.
You're welcome.
For more Business First AM, check us out on social media. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.